Fact number 8, I've been playing drums for over 15 years. I started in 5th grade and I was in this band, our school marching band called Animal Crackers. And it was like a big district-wide band, and they would just play. And the reason why I even play drums is because I really wanted to play saxophone. But saxophones were really expensive, and I was like, fuck, that's expensive. What's my second favorite but still kind of cheap? And when you play drums, you only need a little drum pad, so it's like 50 bucks. So I just started banging on drums, and I just started to really like it. And then eventually, when I got better, I ended up having like a $3,500 drum set. But it's one of the things I really enjoy playing, but because drums, A, take up a lot of space, it's hard to find a place to put it, and B, it's not one of those instruments you can practice quietly. You know, like guitar, you can be like, oh, I'm in my room, I'm gonna just jam out and like play. But drums is like, as soon as you hit the drums, like even if it's a slow jam, you just can't play it quiet. So everyone just tells you to shut the fuck up. So I just put it away. Number 9, I've had 2 dogs named Tyson. One of them is a golden retriever. I had him when I was like 3 years old. My dad named him Tyson. I don't even know how he knew of the name Tyson existed, but he named him Tyson. And then I knew I loved him a lot. And then when I got the German Shepherd that I have now, about 14-15 years ago, I just named her Tyson. I like the name Tyson, so I've had 2 dogs named Tyson. They look nothing alike, but they have the same name. Fact number 10, anytime I sit anywhere for over 5 minutes, one of my shoes and one of my sandals usually falls off. I don't know how, or my socks come off, and it's always just only one foot. And people always ask me like, how does that happen? I don't even know. It doesn't matter where I'm at. It could be at a restaurant, at a business meeting, it could be anywhere, but one of them is off. And then by the time like the business meeting is over, I'm like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I gotta put my shoes and my socks back on. Fact number 11, I used to be a lifeguard in the Boy Scouts. So swimming is one of my favorite pastimes. I've been swimming since I was like 5 years old. And when I got a chance to get my lifeguard merit badge in Boy Scouts, I jumped at it because I was, oh cool, not only can I swim, but I get to save people if they're drowning. And then I had an opportunity during a summer camp to be a lifeguard for that summer camp and kind of teach little kids, even though I was a little kid, but teach even littler kids how to swim and pull them out the water when someone dropped a dookie in the pool. Fact number 12, I used to bury my report cards. So I had really bad grades, obviously, and I didn't want my parents to see them. So I'd rush home and go in the mail and make sure I take all the report cards out, and then I would go and put it in an Asian supermarket bag and then tie it and then dig a hole in my backyard and then bury it. And the reason why I did that is I knew that if my parents beat me enough and they ask me for it and they go, where the hell is the report card? I know it's home. I can go and be able to reproduce them. But in the meantime, if I hid it in the trash, I knew my parents were gonna find it. If I hid it anywhere else, I knew they were gonna be able to find it. And if I burned it and I had to reproduce it, then I'm assed out because I can't remake it again. But I kept it in a reversible place. So, if any of you guys live in Cerritos at this old house on Felsen Street, you were digging in the backyard one day and you pulled out a plastic bag with a report card, you know where you got it from. Fact number 13, I used to have 5 piercings in my ears when I was in high school. I had 2 here, and then I had 2 in the cartilage, and then I had 1 here. I started off with, I think, 2 like this, and then I added another one here, and I thought cartilage was cool, so I put cartilage in there, and then that cartilage turned into a spike. And then I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I had 2 spikes? One of the cartilages, my friend actually pierced it for me, and it was like the worst mistake in my life, because I had one that was sticking this way, and I was like, oh, I want to get my cartilage pierced. And he goes, dude, I pierce ears. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, I have all the tools at home. So we go to his house, and he showed me all his tools, like, oh, shit, you have the punching thing. But then he doesn't have like the commercial punching one, so he put it against my cartilage and goes, oh, your cartilage is too thick. I'm gonna have to do the manual one. And I'm like, what the fuck's the manual one? And it's like this fish hook looking thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? You have to put this through my ear? And he goes, yeah, you just have to push it through. It's easy. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, all right, let's do it. So I put like a bottle in my mouth, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna hurt. And then he starts pushing it through, and I think it was kind of dull because he was pushing it really, really hard. And I was like, fuck, this shit hurts, hurry up. And then we're going at it for like 3 minutes. He finally pushes it through. He goes, yes, it's through. I'm like, oh, thank God. And then he puts my earring through, right? The other spike that I had, and the spikes, and I'm going like this. I'm like, motherfucker, I wanted it to be like this. why is it pointing in the other direction? And then now it's all swollen and shit. I'm like, fuck, now I'm gonna look like a retard. So I had to take it out, let the cartilage like heal for like 3 weeks before I went back in. So I have a random like, I don't know, my friend damaged my ear randomly because I think he wanted to have fun. Fact number 14. Every time after I take a dump, I always wipe my butt with a wet towel. So at home, I have those Costco moist towelettes, so that like after I wipe my ass with, because you know with dry paper, it doesn't clean it that good. And for some reason, like 6 hours later, my asshole itches and I'm like, this feels really weird. But if I use the moist towelette, my asshole feels super clean and I could eat off of it. But when you're at a public bathroom, they don't have that. So what I do is I usually get the paper towel, make sure no one's looking because they think I'm weird. Get a bunch of paper towel, I wet it, and then I take it into the bathroom with me, and after I take a dump and I wipe myself, then I use the perfect wet paper towel and I stay clean. I feel really good. All of you guys that are judging me right now, you might be like, dude, Bart is gay. No, I'm not. It feels good. Try it and keep your underwear clean. And if anyone ever needs to eat off your asshole, then be like, damn, your asshole is really clean. And they're like, Bart told me to do it. Number 15, I've seen David Choi's dick. So, last year, I think in November, I was in Korea and we were hanging out with David Choi in his whole YouTube thing, and we decided to go to a Jjimjilbang. Jjimjilbang, for you guys that don't know, it's like this public health spa place, and they have everything from arcades to a theater to hot baths, cold baths, saunas, all of that. And we were hanging out with David, and then we really wanted to relax, me, Joe, and David, but we knew that there was gonna come to a point where we had to undress to go into the hot tub where all of us are butt naked, because it's so fucking butt naked that if you cover your dick with a towel or if you walk around with swimming trunks, they think you're weird. Because everyone's pubes is just, you just see floating black everywhere. Because it's all Asians, right? So you just see floating black all over the place. And we knew that, okay, we're gonna have to see each other's dicks. And then so me, Joe, and David, we walked to our locker room and we're like, alright, I guess this is it. And then while me and Joe are like thinking about, okay, should I like wrap my waist? Because it's not weird seeing a stranger's dick. It's weird when you see your friend butt naked, because you've known him this whole time, right? And you've never seen him naked. That's like the missing piece to knowing this person. Out of nowhere, David just goes, it's happening! And he just pulls it down. And me and Joe are like, oh shit, that's so fucking fast. And then by the time I look, this fool's already butt naked, like, hurry up guys, we're going to the hot tub. I'm like, alright, fuck it. And then so we go down, and then us three were just fucking butt naked, and we go walk in. Fact number 16, I've never had a girlfriend for longer than 5 months until me and Geo. Me and Geo were 5 years going on to 6 years. And I think the reason why is in high school, I was really wishy-washy, or like the people that I surrounded myself with, we had problems making commitments. And I think because I didn't really know who I was yet, it was really easy to turn it on and turn it off. Because I remember when I was a junior, I think this is probably the worst thing I've ever done. Me and my girlfriend at the time, on our 4-month anniversary, I called her, I was like, hey baby, I was like, happy 4-month anniversary. She's like, yay, happy 4-month anniversary. And I was like, hey, I think we should break up actually. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, like, I just don't feel the same about you anymore. And then she just started crying. And I was like, fuck, I fucked up. Maybe I should. It was one of those things where I'm like, okay, I've made up my mind today. Should I wait a day? And then we have like this fake 4-month anniversary, you know, that I know is a lie, and then the day after? Or should I just tell her today? Or like, should I drag it on? It just, I don't know. I knew whatever I did, I was gonna be a dick. So I was like, fuck it, I guess I just gotta cut it early. I did that, and then a month later, she was like, I'm gonna come over and get all my stuff from your house. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. She comes over, and I put all her stuff in a box. And when I gave it to her, she goes, you don't love me anymore? And I'm like, fuck. I felt so bad. I wanted to say like, I do, you know, I do love you, but I don't. And now I've seen her at clubs, and I think she hates me. Fact number 17 is I've got expelled from 2 high schools, and my expulsion record starts in elementary school actually. So I went to Cerritos Elementary, I got kicked out in 1st grade, so I went to the school across the street, which is called